Welcome
Welcome.
to the Come and Grow podcast.
Indeed. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Lauren. It's so good to be here with you.
It is good to be here with you also.
Yeah.
On your couch, in your studio.
Here we are. It's a great day, actually. It's really nice.
It is really nice out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of, it is a nice summer day out. Last we talked, your summers was a little chaotic. Feeling a little overwhelmed.
Summer is definitely been really intense for me this summer. And I think that the overwhelm is kind of hitting like a breaking point for me. There's just a lot of moving parts, having, my kids at home and one gone to camp. She gets home soon, so I'm really excited about that. There's just like a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just really trying to just pay attention to what they need, but also pay attention to what I need in the meantime. So I got done with my papers.
Yay!
My RI papers are all done, so that's awesome.
And you don't have another set to write until the fall, or?
Yeah, so
Okay.
another 6 months. Probably not. I think we'll probably won't have them until January.
Oh,
I think is
nice.
how it'll go.
Nice.
So we have posts, 2 posts a month that we do, but no more papers till the new year, I think. So I think I just am surprised at how much energy it took out of me
Yeah.
to finish the papers. I'm like, just the adrenaline was really high, and now I got done, and I'm just like staring at them.
Do you think the adrenaline was high because you were working on something so like fastidiously, like hitting that deadline?
Yeah, but I also like just avoided it for a really long time, and that takes a lot of energy too.
Why is that?
Avoidance. I literally wrote in my paper, like, I've been avoiding these papers really hard all month. Like,
Yeah.
and that energy was a different, like, that was a different beast. Just avoiding it.
Avoiding it. Yes.
And then the energy of actually doing it
Yes.
was a different energy.
Yeah, the amount of focus that has to come to sit down and actually do it is, yeah, it's
It was
hard.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about for you? We talked about spinning plates last time, and we talked about different client projects that you were working on.
Yep.
And context switching, a little bit of that.
Felt very similar, like avoiding a very specific client project, which I finally got focused in on and discovered a brown noise YouTube like video.
Okay, say more.
So apparently it sounds like light static.
Okay.
But apparently it like helps you like focus in
more.
So I put on my noise canceling headphones in my very quiet house.
Yes.
Like but it's to be fully immersed.
Immersed, yeah.
And put on this brown noise video. It runs for 8 hours. So like
wow.
You can stay as focused as you want for as long as you want. And finally just like sat down and worked on this project. And I met with that client this week and she was delighted and happy with everything. And the progress hit far enough that I was proud of it. And yeah, so yeah, that's, it's still going. And I know why I was avoiding that very specific project. There's even reasons. With working like in our meeting. And I was like, yep, this is why this project was hard for me.
Yeah.
And then I had another client project that I worked on and it was like bloop, 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 bloop. Like I knew
so different.
It was so different. Yeah. I knew exactly what I was doing, what needed to happen. And yeah, it's just when you don't have everything that you need, it's really hard to like sit down and face, for me anyways. I like knowing everything that I need before going into a project. And then I will avoid it if there's question marks.
If there's something new that you have to discover or something that you still have to put the pieces of a puzzle together that aren't quite
They don't quite fit.
There,
like, I just don't know. Like, does that piece go here or here?
Yeah.
Like, which one is it?
Yeah.
And like I had to go through a lot of information. She gave me a lot of information in multiple places and in multiple documents and organized to her brain, not my brain. So I'm trying to like figure out what she means by certain things, and it's linked to data that's not always the right data. So I made stuff. She's like, no, that's not the right one. You should have gone off of this doc. And I was like, well, at this point, like you gave me so much information from so many different places.
I would have been running that stuff through AI, like simplify.
There's
Did
like,
it help? Or
it
there was
didn't
nothing
even,
you could
there's
do?
no way. There was no way I even had enough context to put a really good prompt together for
Wow.
it to help me sort through everything.
That's wild.
Like it would have, there's no way. I mean, maybe I could have, but like,
Wow.
yeah. Because there's links everywhere. Like she kept making like new Google Sheets and stuff to have information. And like there was 4 of them that all kind of said the same thing, but they were all a little bit different. Anyways. So I got a new journal and it asks you it's like 4 questions. Like, how do you feel right now? How do you want to feel today? What is something like what's one thing that you need to get done? And then what's a promise you want to keep to yourself today?
I love that.
Super sweet. And they're like, it's a morning journal, and the evening one's kind of similar, but it's like, how do you want to feel tomorrow? And what's a promise you want to keep tomorrow? And what did you accomplish today? So really like thinking about how I want to feel in the so when I've been working on this past week, my promise has just been be gentle with yourself, be gentle with yourself. Like just reminding myself, like, it's okay. Like just show up and be as present as you can and then be gentle with yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That is a really, really hard lesson to learn, to be gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
Especially in those really high stress moments when you have a project of that magnitude. That's that complicated. That also has to do with the kind of client that you're working with. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And
it's really hard.
super rewarding to like ship the project, but like to get it out into the world. But I can only do so much in a day, and to hold myself like more pressured than I need to, it's not helpful. Like I'll just continue to avoid it.
Right.
But if I can be gentle with myself and show up just a little bit,
A little bit at a time. That's so
that's
good.
really helpful.
That's awesome. I love that.
Thanks
I
for
love that.
asking.
Yeah, you're welcome. I feel like the listeners are really wondering what happened with your hair steamer.
Ooh, it did come
I
in.
made a note.
It
I was
is
like,
lovely.
I feel like there was something about the hair.
I did not, to our video watchers, my hair is air dried today, but it's freshly washed today also.
Love it.
But the hair steamer is super cool. Like it
great?
does like refreshen like the waves and stuff. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm
great.
like, Ben thought I was crazy
I
for
think it's
ordering it.
awesome.
And it came in and he's like, what? He saw the box. He's like, what
is
on
happening?
earth? And then he got a couple like new things. Like he spent $100 or something, and he's not one to spend money on himself. And he looks at me, he's like, Lauren, he's like, you know, you should get something like for yourself too. I was like, oh babe, like I did.
did. That's amazing. Yeah. No, I was curious about it because I actually bought some new hair products this week too, because I'm trying to figure out something to work with the pool.
Oh yeah.
Because it dries out my hair so much.
Yeah.
So I discovered this product. I've only used it once, so I'm not ready to do like a full commercial.
Okay.
But I found a product that basically goes in your hair before you swim. So it kind of does like a gel thing, and it soaks into your hair and protects it from the chlorine. I feel like
Is it like in your pre-pool like shower?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
like before, exactly.
Yeah.
So I put it in before I braid my hair because I do my
Yep.
braids for the pool. So far, I really liked it the first time, but it is like, it's a little gummy, like it's a little like,
Interesting.
because there's like stuff in it to protect your hair, and you can use it for salt water or for
Okay.
pool water. Anyway, I'll let you know. Maybe next time I'll mention the name.
Do you do a cap also?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes like in, and then the cap doesn't get gross, or
No, the cap, no, it doesn't. It's not like gooey gummy. It just like feels like you can
Okay.
just feel a little bit. If it's
Yeah.
like maybe like gel going in your hair, and then it dries and it's
Okay.
fine.
yes.
Anyway, so
Yay,
just
but-
trying out new things to
Yay,
protect my hair
hair.
from the pool water. Anyway, I was like, let me ask you about the steamer. I thought that would be
It's
fun.
fun. I know.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever had a hair steamer and has any suggestions on it, let me know.
Yeah, please.
I'd love to know.
Send us some messages. That would be awesome.
Oh, well, Joy, you want to introduce our theme this week for our
Yeah.
value?
Yeah. So we started talking about some different values that we might hold either individually or together. And I think it was last time or maybe the time before that the idea of remembrance came
Mm-hmm.
up. And what I've just been feeling or connecting with the idea of remembrance is that really it's like at the crux of our faith.
Mm.
The Eucharist revolves around
That's a big word.
remembrance,
What?
which is communion,
Okay.
um, the bread and the wine, the body of Christ, remembering his body, his sacrifice on the cross. But I think it's more than just, remembering that. That's like the focal point of our faith, right? But
Mhm.
there's so much more that happens that we essentially forget, right? So it's looking at both sides of the value, remembrance and forgetfulness.
Yeah.
And so when I was thinking about forgetfulness, I was thinking about when we feel forgetful or when that happens, a lot of times we're tired.
Mm.
So we just don't remember.
Yeah.
A lot of times we just get selfish.
Mm.
We're holding on to things. And what I wrote down was like, when I forget God, I become God.
It's huge.
So when I forget that God has done good things for me in my life and remember where to put my faith and trust in Him, then I'm scrambling
Yeah.
to be God, to do what I
Yeah.
think I need to do, because it's up to me.
Yeah.
If I can't remember His goodness, then it's just up to me.
Yeah.
But then when I remember God, I remember who I am in position of worship,
Right.
right? And then I remember goodness,
Yeah.
and hope comes from that. And there's power. There's actually, encouragement, excitement, when we remember God's goodness.
Relief.
There's relief. Yeah, there's relief. And then the last thing that I'll say, and I'll mention a couple of things maybe a little bit
Yeah.
later, but just this idea of rehearsing God's goodness with life-giving rituals, like to just get into a practice, like a daily practice of rehearsing God's goodness with life-giving rituals, I think can keep us in, a place of remembrance.
Yeah.
So
Like with rhythms or journaling,
yeah. So there
scripture.
was a couple of things that came to mind on like, yes, but how,
Yeah.
right? The first one that came to mind is every Sabbath, whenever we're together, we celebrate Sabbath in our home, and we have a couple other families that join us, and we're thankful together.
Yeah.
We might look back on the week and think about what happened this week, and we do a little round of thank you, Lord. So it goes like, we'll just open the prayer and someone says what they're thankful for, like baseball game or whatever, and then we all together in unison say thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
So it's like an offering of thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of the most practical ways of remembrance. Another one for me is just taking time in solitude, in silence by myself. When
Yeah.
I go to journal, usually what happens is I reread my journals. And that's like remembering what God has said or done by rereading my journals helps me to then want to write again,
Yeah.
to makes me want to be reconnected with Him
Yeah.
again. So that's kind of the ideas that I had. And there's lots of, stories of remembrance in scripture and, there anyway that we could go into.
So good.
Yeah. How about for you? What does remembrance mean for you?
So when you first said that word to me, I bristled so hard. It's like remembrance, because to me it sounded like nostalgia, and which I don't have often. Or what? There's another word.
Like sentimental,
Sentiment. Yes.
not being something sentimental.
Yes, and I'm just not. I'm not those. Those don't describe me. I'm just so practical. I just like it's so hard for me to do that. But in remembrance, it's not that at all. And so I was like, oh yeah, we could talk about this. Okay,
Uh-huh,
yes,
uh-huh.
yes, remembrance, I
Yeah.
fully agree
When
with.
I reframed it for
And
you, I was like, no, 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 it's not, yeah, knick-knacky. Right.
right.
Mm-mm.
And I've been thinking about, like, yes, of course, everything you said about remembrance of what with our faith and how to come to our faith. But there is something about remembrance in all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
relationships and in how we live our days, even and in our
Mm-hmm.
history of what we've been through,
Yes.
that there's something really powerful about like remembering where we've been, where we've come from, how
Mm-hmm.
where you've been with other people,
Mm-hmm.
that is really honoring
Mm-hmm.
to a lived life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had, I don't know if you saw Allie's social media post remembering Sweet Amelia. We have a
Hmm.
friend of ours that passed away a year ago this week. And
Was it this week?
yeah,
Wow.
according to Allie's post, and she's usually spot on. So I have to
Wow. I
imagine.
didn't know that
Yeah.
that was this week.
And it was just such a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
tribute. It's like, this is why we remember
Mm-hmm.
of the people who came before us.
Mm-hmm.
I have been helping out with a nonprofit in town, and they are working on restoring a historically Black neighborhood with. There's like more historical markers on this like 2 block radius
Mm-hmm.
than I think it's like the second most condensed historical marker 2 block things in all
So
of
cool.
Virginia,
Yeah.
but and it's for Black
Mm-hmm.
history. And like there are like you go down the street and there's like those historical markers
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, like talking about who
Mm-hmm.
lived there,
Yeah.
what happened there, and whatever. And that's remembrance of
Mm-hmm.
who he was here, who
Mm-hmm.
established this
Yes.
place. What it's just so honoring. And even I've been trying to have more remembrance and kind of in giving myself grace with my client work, even, but just remembrance in my days and just being really reflective of what happened this day, what happened this week,
Mm-hmm.
where did I spend
Mm-hmm.
my time? And it almost helps me be more present to myself
Mm-hmm.
when I stop to remember even recent
Mm-hmm.
things instead of because I'll just
Yeah.
skirt right over them,
Mm-hmm.
just like
Keep
keep
on
going.
going. Don't stop. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyways, that's what's coming up
That's
for me
amazing.
for remembrance.
I really love that. I really love that. I love the history piece.
Mhm.
There's something about finding yourself in the storyline of
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had I think it was last week, or the week before, I was also remembering a friend that had passed away, and
Yeah.
just remembering where we were when, one of the last times I saw her. And I didn't realize that about Amelia. She popped up on a picture of mine recently too. It was just like, wow, like she was here and she's not here
Yeah.
anymore. And I do think that when you remember your history or the history of a city or of a people, that you can see where you've come from.
Yeah.
And then it almost gives you like a support system to where you're going.
Yeah.
It's almost like a road can begin to appear when you find yourself in the history of whether it's your city or your story or
Yeah.
the people that are around you. And one of the pictures that came up for me as I was exploring remembrance, forgetfulness, and sleepiness and things like that was when Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz fell asleep in the poppies. And apparently what happened in the story is like she actually forgot where she was going. And the like forgetting this thing or that thing might not matter, but like to forget where you're going altogether, it can really trip you up.
Yeah.
And it can keep you delayed and stuck for a long time.
Yeah.
So, not to be like, forgetfulness is the enemy. Like, it's not like this extreme thing, but just as like remember to remember.
Right. Right.
Like, don't forget to
Don't
remember.
forget to remember.
So anyway, I love it. And there's just so many directions that you can go with
Yeah.
remembrance. I just thought it was really
So
cool.
good. Take us in one, like bring us on an offshoot.
An offshoot of
Uh-huh.
remembrance. Say more. What do you
You
mean?
like there's so many different directions we could go with it. I'm just like I kind of want to like sit in it for a little
Well,
bit
like
longer.
what you and I were talking about before was like
Before we
said this-
started airing,
before we,
we started
no
recording?
before well actually I can't remember when we started. Anyway,
Okay.
let me see what I say. But it's I feel like it was at the beginning when we started airing that you were remembering to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that is
Yeah.
something about remembrance.
Yes.
Right? To remember to be gentle
Yeah.
with ourselves.
To choose to be present
Mm-hmm.
in your life, because in this day of distraction,
Yes.
is if it's remembrance versus forgetfulness, the actually being present in the moment is going to lean one of those directions
100%.
of am I fully present to who I am as a whole, which is remembering who I am as a whole, or am I just going to ignore it all and be sleepy with it or not thoughtful or forgetful, all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another offshoot is coming back to the Eucharist and communion when Jesus says to do this in remembrance of me. One of the meanings that I've found is like there's members,
Yeah.
and when we come together, we are remembered. Like there's like parts that are separated, and remembrance is actually a bringing together of those separate parts. So when you remember something, you're
You're
putting it back together.
Yeah,
So
that's very cool
yeah,
because it splits.
and we're like separated parts of the body
Yeah.
of Christ or whatever, but we remember, we actually put Christ back together in a sense when we remember.
Did you go into the root word of
I
remember?
didn't
or is
do that
okay?
this time. Mm-mm.
I'm so now
No,
like
no,
so
I
curious.
know. That didn't happen this week.
That's okay.
So, but yeah,
So much grace.
yeah, thank you.
I just honestly like
Anything else you want to say about remembrance?
it's so much of what I'm learning and to our listener, I feel like Joy and I have split some of the responsibilities with the podcast. I help like get it out into the world and do like all the posting and stuff, and she does all the prep work for us. So I come in very blank on what we're going to talk about. But I feel like I shine there because I can just like riff off of you, and it's great. And anyways, so what I've been learning recently, which is like our next segment in the podcast, has been on this topic.
I love it.
And I've been setting rituals for myself to remember because I've been 2 weeks ago when I sat down, I was like, all these spinning plates, all these things are happening. It felt very chaotic, even in my body, like what's going on. I felt very disconnected from just myself and who I am.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to get back to that, like a little bit more wholeness and things. So I've been using my little Claude bot to help me remember my days and my weeks and like what I worked on, so I can
Love that.
I can be proud of it.
Yes.
And because and I don't really want to put together a list for myself. And I used to do it when I was in corporate America. Like I put together a list to like present to a boss
Of like things that were accomplished at the end of the day.
Yep. Or like when we'd have a monthly meeting or something, like here's everything I worked on this month, and it'd be a little bit more longer term than just like that day or that week. But I don't have anybody that I show off to. And so I don't really want to prepare something for myself to review myself. Like I just that. But my little AI guy has access to my calendar, my emails, my to-do list.
Yeah.
Because I keep it all digital.
Yeah.
And it tells me like you did this, this, and this. You communicated with these people. Like these are what got moved forward. This is what didn't get moved forward, so I can see it.
Yeah.
And like okay, yep. But sometimes it's like you push this forward 3 days in a row, like, and it'll call out things. Anyways, and just trying to not let my days fly by because I'm busy, and then choosing to have these rituals in place where I can reflect on my day, to journal some. I don't always journal, but I try to start my mornings off with a pause rather than just jumping right into things. And yeah, I've just been trying to lean on my little bot to help me with that. And it's been good. I also try to get it to help me prioritize my day. It does a terrible job. Does a terrible job at that. I was like, you see I was so overwhelmed like last week. I was like, you see everything on my
Prioritize
plate.
this
Like,
for
can you help
me.
me like figure out like what to do? And it would just
Not doing it.
it did not have it. And I was like, okay, this isn't helpful. But it does do a good job of looking at what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so that was pretty much what I'm learning. And in that, feeling very disconnected, sometimes in my like wholeness, like I just like to go down rabbit holes and like find things out and I don't know, just discover things, whatever. And I did a deep dive the weekend after we last recorded on fountain pens.
Did you?
So I have my
Okay.
first fountain pen
I love that.
and
Pen.
a pen.
So great. So is this like a refillable?
Quite literally, like I have a jar.
Do you want to
of-
like talk about the brand or
I mean,
say
it's just
anything about it?
It's just what are they called? It's a Pilot Kakuno. I did a lot of research on like the best fountain pen for beginners, but you literally like stick it in ink and like pump it, and it fills with ink.
Okay,
Like,
that's so
I get to
cool.
refill it. I
Is
picked.
it like stone? That little the
Is
case?
it plastic?
Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
bought like a super cheap one.
Oh, okay. But you can get different ones.
Yeah, and
So
so
is it like a
anyways.
pleasurable write?
it is
How does
fairly
it-
pleasurable.
Is it like inky, sloppy,
This
or
is a
like
pretty fine tip. Like it's pretty fine tip.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
Oh
you want to
gosh,
try.
I'm gonna try it actually. I don't mind if I do.
They make
it's got,
different
like, a
ones.
little-
Oh yeah, to like help
Okay.
you hold it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
and then
It's definitely not smooth as gel,
nope.
but it almost like it slows you down.
So you have to wait for a little bit. It's also
Okay, I dig it.
to my audience listener. It's been open this whole time and it dries out as I go. But
So you have to keep it closed, basically.
yeah, so it doesn't
Okay.
dry out. But I also got like this watercolor pen, and then you can I don't know, you can play around with the ink.
That's so fun.
Not on this paper though. But anyways, just trying to I don't know, go down some rabbit holes.
Like some little
and
creative explorations.
yeah,
I love that.
learn some new things and
I love that.
yeah, that's just kind of what I've been learning and thinking about and trying to
I love that.
be present with myself a little bit more than I feel like I had been. And to July, normally it's August now, but we just got through July. Normally my Julys are like the slowest month of the year in my business, and this was the busiest month of my year in the
Wow.
business, which I was not prepared for. So I'm like, it's okay, Lauren. Like you just got through like a really crazy season. It's still going. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But it is a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
Like your summer's a lot for good reason.
Yes.
So anyways,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
going through my brain. I haven't
I
been like
love
learning
that.
much.
Yes.
I haven't been. I'm like I haven't read a nonfiction book, and I have.
What you mean by that is like you haven't been putting in like new information necessarily in your
Yeah.
brain.
Nope. I've been
So what
listening
you're
to some
learning-
like 99 PI podcasts. Like I learned about like the first hot air balloon and stuff.
That's
but
super fun.
I couldn't actually like really tell you about
No,
it.
but that's still like super fun. And that's like almost like restful learning.
it is very restful learning.
that you need sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just love stuff like this. Like, it was like when you discovered how to make this little journal cover thing, you went on that little rabbit
Yep.
trail and then like figured out how to make them. Now all of our friends, we all have them because you learned how to do it. That was so fun. Well, and I wanted to circle back on something that you said too at the beginning as you're learning to like be gentle with yourself and be more aware. You talked about like a journal that has like some questions, like daily questions
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
them. Have you been doing that for a little while? Is that something new? Is that a new like little
Yeah, the new rabbit
trail?
trail, little rabbit trail.
Rabbit hole,
Yeah, it's a Wild House paper. It's a duo. It's like a morning and evening
Okay, I
journal.
love
Like they're
that.
separate, and then they just ask those 4 questions, and it's like got a page and a half to journal.
So great.
And it's very
Simple.
simple. Like no heavy prompts.
Yeah.
So I shared like when we first started recording, I got a journal that asks like
I got
heavy
that one too. I
questions.
got that one
And
too. It was too much for
it's too
you?
much.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
You're like,
nope, this
no,
is not like
no. Yeah.
I don't
I think I could do like one of those questions a week, maybe.
actually, yes,
Not
that
daily,
daily,
because they're like deep.
deep.
They're very deep.
And I'm like, and if I'm not
Like,
prepared to go
no,
deep, then
no, you
you're
have to
getting
be,
like a 2-word answer out
no.
of me.
Or like, I don't feel like doing this. No, that's great. I think it's really powerful to also have like little journal recommendations, especially for our listeners, because we talk about
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, just to be able to have little helps for
Yeah.
self-discovery. It's really,
Yes.
really, really, it's just really good stuff.
And
So
even and like you don't actually have to buy the journal to do this. Like to answer
like you could
how
do
are you
that in a
in a
journal
journal and
yourself.
how are you how I'm feeling this. I want to feel this today. This is my thing I need to get done and this is the promise I'm going to keep to myself and then actually journal after that. And
Totally.
yeah, so you don't fit you I mean like if you want to buy it's a beautiful journal.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
There was
But
one that Intelligent Change had
oh,
too
the
that
five
was
minute?
like
No.
the 5 minute.
Yeah.
Yes, I loved that
Yeah.
one too. That was really
Super
similar.
similar. Yeah.
Morning questions. What do you
Yeah.
have going on today? And then
Yeah.
night. I
And like
really
together,
love.
like
I
comboed.
used
Yeah.
that for a full year before I
Nice.
was. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that one.
Nice. I bounce
I should
between
go
like
back.
I'm
I
good
switch
for
them
like
up.
3 days, then I'm
I
like
switch
on to
them up.
something different. And then I'll come back to
Well,
it
thanks
and then
for
bounce again.
sharing all the things that you discover. I'm about your bouncings. I'm about it. I'm about it.
Oh, so Joy, what have you been learning recently?
I have been learning. It's also not been super. I mean, it's been heady. I'm working on some a Renovare. This is a new Renovare book that we're reading right now with our new first course. Sorry, this is the third course, the first book in the third course, To Love as God Loves. And this is like an introduction to the Desert Fathers. What I loved about this book when it's written by a woman, I'm like, finally,
Yeah.
some women books. We've maybe read like two. So I'm a little bit like, we need some representation. But I love that she is actually addressing the issue, like that we don't have a ton of writings from women and that is actually something to grieve, but this is what we do have. And these were really caring men, but we wish that we had more about women. And I really love her perspective on the Desert Fathers. I get a little bit like, what's the word? Like bristly when everyone's like, just always celebrating the Desert Fathers, like worshiping in a way. And I'm like, okay, they were great, but do we have to get all cuckoo pants about this? And what I love about this is that she's kind of unpacking some specific words that the Desert Fathers use that we don't interpret in the same way that they did. So she's like reinterpreting things, and it's actually setting me free to read their work in a different way.
Nice.
Like the word perfection, the word love, the word humility. She's like, hey, I know this is what it means to us, but that's not what they meant, and it meant this. So that's something that I'm learning there. And I'm really enjoying that actually. It's been like a nice shift as far as like from the headier stuff that we were learning before. But then the other thing that I'm learning in the overwhelm and like still at this huge push at the end of summer is I'm really learning to listen to my body more and paying attention to what I can and can't do at this stage. I started out really strong with my 12-week year goals, like 4 of them.
Yes.
We've tapered that down
Four's
to
a
maybe
lot.
4 is too many. The papers were 1, thank God that's done. But now I have to get it down to just like my social media, which is always the neglected part of my business.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm noticing like, okay, if I'm gonna pursue, these goals, I need to make them manageable for me. So I'm kind of giving myself space to do that, and going to be incorporating more solitude probably like weekly into my routine.
Yeah.
Just because my body is the way my body tells me this is I'll be in the middle of doing work and then I just completely check out. Like it just almost like I'm sequestered into my mind and then I'm like, what just happened? Because I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So I need to build up. I need to build my stamina back up. And I know when school starts, it'll be different.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a good segue on what is coming up for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious. I just want to
Yeah.
ask, like, do you know, like, can you look at your weeks right now in the summer as they're busy and full as they are and know, like, where you're going to find opportunities for solitude?
So the way that it's going realistically to find that solitude is I literally have to ask my family to leave
Okay. Yeah.
or go to the library by myself. So I just have to be diligent about planning a specific, and when I say solitude, I need a 3 hour span. Like 1 hour is not enough.
Yeah.
1 hour is enough time for the dust to settle. I can't
Right.
even do or think about anything for like an hour at least. By 3, I can at least like kind of get somewhere. It's not about getting somewhere, but it's about having that kind of measure of clarity that comes from all of the distractions and all of the work being settled down. So anyway, to answer your question, it's going to be a library. I'm literally going to ask the people to leave. So I have a couple of ideas, but Brian and I usually do our schedule on like Sunday nights.
Okay.
So it'll be built in.
Yeah. Nice.
Trust me, or I'm gonna be losing it on people.
Yes.
It's just not nice when I'm burnt out. So anyway, that's where I am for reals.
Burnout is not good. So I'm proud of you for listening to the body
Thank
and
you.
seeing and like choosing to make a change and not just blaming everybody or waiting until like I'm just gonna wait until school
No,
goes
I
back.
know, I do.
Even though
I
it's only a
mean,
couple weeks
right.
away, like even
Right.
in the midst of it, like no, how can I love myself, be present with myself,
Yeah.
remember how when I haven't done this in the past, how it's gone
How
for
it affects me.
and the household and how do I want to, and it goes back to like, how do I want to feel? How do I want to show up in this world right now and doing something about it right now? And yeah,
Yeah.
anyways.
Well, and another thing that I did in response to your first question of like, how are you going to make this happen? I actually called one of our friends that has an Airbnb and I've asked her for a day rate
Oh, nice.
to just stay during the day.
Yeah.
When I'm away from my home, my own dishes, my own
Yeah.
projects. It helps me too to kind of stay in a. So it's like first day of school. I'm dropping him off. I'm going there, and I'll be like, yeah, probably 4 or 5 hours on my own.
Nice.
So that's, yeah, the plan for not next week, but the following week.
Nice.
So that's in place.
Love.
So
Oh, I'm so excited to come back. Then
yeah, it'll
we'll
be
record
that
week.
weekend. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yay.
So what's coming up for you, Lauren?
Coming up for me. So I have one thing, and I told Joy about it before we started recording, but I'm not ready to talk about it on the podcast quite yet.
Okay.
But I am thinking about the fact that it's just continuing to come up. Like what's coming up is continuance of this conversation, and it is like trying to figure out what do I want, how do I want to show up, how do I want my life to be, how like what like I get to choose that, and it's a very I don't know privileged place to be able to choose like how do I want my days to be, my life to be, my home to be, how do I want this to be. So anyway, just like thinking about that and actually like ruminating on it, because otherwise I will just live every day and all of a sudden 2 years have passed. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
No. Yeah.
And that's wild to
It
me
is.
as an
It is.
adult.
It is.
And so I shared last time. So the same like what's coming up is there's a retreat in October. Tickets are on sale now. It's called Free the Gifts. If you are in Central Virginia or want to travel to Central Virginia, it's not yet. It's the first weekend of October.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we would love to have you join us if you are in the area or want to travel here. But I had shared that in preparation for it, I want to do like a mini Jesus CEO.
Yeah.
And so I have been like, I haven't put it together yet, a plan, but I have been ruminating on it with the Lord and
Yeah.
asking him how he wants to do it and
Yeah.
where to go. Like, do I self-host? Do we meet somewhere? So I am like thinking about some of the details and
I
getting
love that.
excited about
Yeah.
it. And just, it's a prompt to do more outside of what my days are filled with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just been on repeat
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
lot, which is fine. It's great. It's working well for me.
Yeah.
I like my days a
Yeah.
lot. But I don't feel like I'm like necessarily doing the more that I know God has for me and what to bring into this world. So anyway, so that's still coming up. We'll see if it will have flourished by the time we record
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
And there was one
That's
other.
exciting.
I heard somebody talk about the fact like if the Lord's putting on your heart to do something, like it is just an invitation to do it, and like you get to do it. Like if you put it on your heart to like create something, to do something, whatever, and if you get stuck in your own head or you're forgetful about his role in it and you avoid it or you just don't do it or whatever, like he'll use somebody else to bring it to life. Like,
Sure will.
and like, do I want to miss out on something
Yep.
because I just wasn't present to what he was asking me to do or do? So anyways, I've just been like, okay, Lord, if this is like what you've put on my heart to do, I need your guidance on how to make it happen and to not take myself so seriously in the midst of it. Like just
do the
do
thing.
the thing. Just do the thing.
And that is very, very real. That whole like, God has an intention, a creative intention of something, some part of the kingdom that he wants to bring to the earth. He's just looking for a partner.
Yeah.
And he's only going to knock on your door for so long till he moves on.
Yeah.
It's essentially the premise of the book Big Magic. Have you ever read the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert?
I know exactly the book you're talking about. I don't think I've actually read it before.
You would actually love it, Lauren.
Yeah.
You would love it. It's like developmental, but it's also like so much story and memoir. Like
Yeah.
you would absolutely love it. Essentially, she's not talking about God, but she's talking about creative ideas.
Yeah.
Like impersonations of creative ideas that basically come and like haunt you for a while, knock on the door of your heart, like, hey, I'm here. Hey, but they will leave. And she talks about in the book what happens when they leave. They move on to someone else. And the story that she tells of how she discovered that is insane. I'm not going to spoil the book because it's so good. You guys should all read. It's so, so good. Big Magic is one of my favorites, like next to The Artist's Way as far as like, so good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have.
With that same concept.
Yeah.
So don't let it knock too long.
Right?
And there's something to be said about timing.
Yes.
There is something to be said about timing, about knowing yourself,
Yep.
knowing your capacity,
Yep.
knowing the roles of other things that you have going on. But some of those opportunities won't wait.
Yeah, I feel like I have a deadline because I want to do it. Like I feel it. Like I want to do this before the conference. So I've got like 6 weeks, 7 weeks or something, and it doesn't take much to put it together.
No.
But yeah, it's like okay, like this is
time.
It's coming together, and yeah, I'm not one to rush.
Yeah. No, you're usually more of like applauding, taking your time, and like looking ahead.
But I will put something together pretty quickly if I have full vision of it and know what it is. So I'm just asking Lord for the vision of it and to be a good steward of it. And we'll see what happens with it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, Joy, do you have any journaling prompts or thoughts to leave our listener with today? And it's okay if you don't have one.
Yeah, I do actually. And I was just gonna share what's coming up for me really quick. It's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. This is where we're at.
Thank you. Thank you, Joy.
This is where we're at.
I'm like, I'm just keep talking.
It's okay. I'm like, what do I do? Do I do it?
Yes, you say
Okay,
yes. I
okay.
want to hear what's
I
coming
know.
up
I
for you.
know.
Yes,
We're like at
please.
time too. So,
No, you take all
um,
the time you want. Our
no,
listener will
it's
be so
okay.
happy.
It's okay. What's coming up obviously is school is starting with my boy, but one of the things that's specifically coming up that I'm working on, like a project that the Lord has invited me into, is I'm developing a program for couples soul care.
Mm.
And so I have my second couple that's going to be starting in September, and it's really beautiful because the Lord has helped me kind of like design these like 6-week sessions for the couples.
Yes.
So one couple was dealing with something different than the other couple was. And so one I'm using like, Sue Johnson material, which is like a certain kind of couples therapy-ish thing. And then the other one's using Gottman materials. And they're focusing on 8 dates and reconnection. Like they have like teenage kids, so they don't ever get time together. So we're focusing on that. And there's like journal prompts at the end of each little section, and I feel really excited about it.
So sweet.
And I just really feel like this is like a thing. I really would love to like minister to couples. Like I'm having fun.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that's kind of like a surprising thing that's coming up
Yeah.
that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And then just adjusting my 12-week year goals
Yeah.
is something that's coming up. And I think lastly is just that my one daughter's coming home from camp and Lucy's getting ready to move to Philadelphia. So in a couple weekends, Brian's driving her up there to meet her new roommate and start her new life. And yeah, it's just kind of a crazy thing for your kid to be. Anyway, there's just been a lot of shifting and moving
Yeah.
that's happened there with her. So that I just feel that as something coming up.
Yeah.
And by the time we meet again, it'll be like the last weekend probably. So yeah, with her. So I'll be feeling that.
Do you anticipate feeling similarly? Because she has already flown the coop.
Mm-hmm. She's flown and come back.
Yep. Temporarily. And,
Yeah.
and you guys knew when she came back, it was like she was going to go to Philly. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't a surprise for it, but like you've already sent her off once. And that was hard as a mom, like sending your first child
Yeah.
out. And then she moves
Yeah.
like across the country.
I know, it was intense.
Yeah.
Texas was no.
Do you think this is going to be as intense of like her going away?
I think it's gonna be, that's a great question. I think it's gonna be hard, but I think it's gonna be hard in a different
Yeah.
sort of way. The variables of this move are different than the last move. But I do think that I won't be crying for weeks.
Right.
So I'm grateful for that.
You have
'Cause, like I can
remembrance
feel,
of-
yes, I can remember how last summer I was like falling apart and like it was so awful. July was really bad 'cause I was so sad. We went to Oregon though, so that was a fun thing, but I think it will be different.
Yeah.
I think it'll feel different. So yeah, it's a good question though. It's just, yeah, a different kind of experience. I mean, she's selling her car, she's going to be like riding the train and like on the bus and like
City girl.
yeah, and like doing her clothes at a laundromat, stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, here we go. So it'll be a learning curve for sure.
Yeah.
But she'll be great.
Yeah, she will be.
Yeah, she'll be great. So
Amazing. Well, thanks for sharing. Yeah,
so,
something to leave our listener with.
yeah. So as far as prompts for them, as far as the idea of remembrance, I just would invite them to, just take some time in quiet. You could start with writing a gratitude list.
Yeah.
Because sometimes just thinking about what we're thankful for helps us to remember good things.
Yeah.
And then expanding on those good things, like, wow, if I didn't have that, what would have happened to me in that situation? If, it's kind of like helps us to see God's goodness all around. Or a more direct conversation with God where you could just say, Lord, like, what do you want to remind me of?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to say? What have you done in my life that I have forgotten?
Yeah.
I think that's a big one.
That's a huge one.
So lastly, speaking of remembrance, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, was our 5-year anniversary of moving to Lynchburg.
Wow.
The day of our move. And I was kind of like a little like been out of like, why did we move here? What's happening? And I think that the Lord was reminding me of all the good things that He's done since we've been here.
Yeah.
So much goodness, even though there's aspects of living in this town that have been hard. For me, specifically for me, the kids have thrived. I started my business here. We met here.
Yes.
I've met so many incredible people. This house, I'm so grateful for this house. Like, there's just so much goodness
Yeah.
that I really never had anywhere else that I know is the provision of God. So sometimes in remembrance, it stings a little,
Yeah.
especially because you're like, I left Tampa, you know, for me anyway. Maybe other people don't like Tampa, but I loved it. But I think sometimes there's a sting,
Yeah, that's good.
but when you pay attention to the wider history,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
the storyline,
Yeah.
all of it together.
Yeah.
Like when my kids grew up here,
Yeah.
graduated, they became, my girls became adults. My son is going to be a teenager in a few weeks. Anyway, so that's the thought.
That's so good. That's so good. The fact that remembrance is good, but it also is hard sometimes. It stings. It's weighty, because everything that's happened is not. It's not roses. Like it's not. Yeah, peaches and whatever. Like. Let's say peaches and cream. That's not the word. Like roses, sunshine and rainbows. There we go. Wow. Finally got there.
It's coming.
But there is beauty in the remembrance and in the heavy and in the grief and shame, probably a lot of times, of what has been and
Or what we've lost.
what we've lost. Yeah. But there's so much on the other side of it of open-handedness and living not in the forgetfulness and in the avoidance and in the sleepiness. To remember is to hold it's honesty, it's truth. Like it's what has happened, and can we face it and respect it and appreciate it for how it's affected us.
Right.
So anyways,
It's good.
love this conversation.
Me too.
friend.
Me too. This was really good. I really loved it.
And listener friend, thank you so much for being here
guys,
with
thank
us.
you for being here.
We appreciate you. And if you ever need a listening ear or something, you find us on Instagram or leave us a comment.
Yeah.
We love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love it.
And appreciate you giving us a good review wherever you listen. And we hope to be in your ears here again in just a couple weeks. Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.